Jim Cornette and Vince Russo coming into play and then being involved in the meetings. Why did Jim Cornette and Kevin Dunn not get along?
Okay. Do you remember the what was it? The Revolutionary War? No, wait. What was the Civil War?
Yes.
Remember the Civil War?
Yes.
Okay. Kevin Dunn, Yankees. Cornette, Confederacy. Just pretty much it.
They just never.
Oil and water. Oil and water. Had different views of what the business was. Had different views of what the business should be, and neither one really gave to the other.
Did you ever get involved in any of that, or did you stay neutral and say, hey, or did you get behind one's ideas more than the others? Because you know Jim forever, and he's an old school guy and old school philosophy. And
well, Jim, I said this to Jimmy last night. It's Jimmy forgets that it's 2013, and at the time, whatever year that was, it was like, Jimmy, it's not 1983 anymore.
The business has evolved.
The business has evolved tremendously, and they just had completely different viewpoints on what it should and shouldn't be. And Cornette's very outspoken and he's very eloquent and can be charming in some of his anecdotes, but not always kind.
He speaks the truth, speaks his mind, and doesn't censor anything.
Right. There's no filter.
Yeah. Did you get along with Kevin?
Yeah, I got along with Kevin fine. I mean, in our early days, we didn't necessarily get along, but, again, everybody grows up, and I had no problem with Kevin.
Explain the week-to-week creative process once the company was in the midst of the Monday Night Wars.
It was no different than anything else. You met every day, and you did creative. You were coming up with next week's television and the week beyond, and you lay out where you want to go, and you work backwards, and you have tent poles. Your pay-per-views are usually your tent poles, and you work backwards to your weekly television, how you want to get where you want to be.
How close during this time period was WWF to going out of business before they turned things around?
I don't know that WWE was ever, that close to going out of business. I think that may have been an outsider's perception because, oh my God, they took the water out of the break rooms. The truth of the matter is that Vince was still putting his own money in it, his personal money into it, and he wasn't going down without a fight. But there was never any real danger of like, oh my God, we're going to go out of business.
Was there ever a point in time where you looked to leave to go to WCW at all, or try to get out of the business because you thought they might possibly be going down?
No.
When J.J. Dillon came back to the company, were you surprised that J.J. came back?
When?
After his WCW run. Because J.J. in his book, I guess he claimed that Vince told the locker room that he was gone because he tried to extort money from Vince. Did you ever hear Vince claim that at all?
There were a lot of things that went on when JJ left. There were a lot of things that went on, and I think those were personal between JJ and Vince. To say, look, I never get shocked when anybody comes back,
especially in this business.
Especially in this business, but it's strange in that if you screwed the old man, Vince held a grudge. If you screw Vince, the kids hold a grudge. It's strange, Vince doesn't really. You can screw him over 10 times over, and he'll still bring people back. There's second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, 8 chances.
Do you think Dillon leaving WWF the first time hurt the machine at all?
No, didn't miss a beat.